Now let me just explain this a bit. Entries row is our associative array. Remember I said that because we have an associative array, we're referencing the field name rather than the ID. So timestamp corresponds to this here. What we're actually doing is we're taking the value of the first row, then the second row, then the third row, however many values you have. So this at the moment is going to equal to that value there. However, if we were to have two different rows, which we only have one at the moment, the first time round this would equal that, then the second time round it would equal the next value on, and so on and so forth. So you'll see how this works in a moment. So entries, we now have the name, entries row, and we essentially just copy this code down. So we say entries name equals entries row email, and I just realised I've put that twice, so I didn't literally mean copy it. Email, oh dear, email, and then entries message is equal to entries row, and you guessed, message. So these correspond to the field names. So now what we can do is we can echo these out in one line, and what this will do is it will loop and then it will echo out each value. So just to test this, we could, for example, say echo entries name, and we'll just pop a space on the end of that, or a line break on the end of that. So let's go back and just click onto Guestbook. So you can see at the moment it says Alex. So what this has done is it's picked out this value here. Now let's go ahead and enter, let's say Billy, Billy at phpacademy.org, and love it too. Post. You can now see that we've got Billy and Alex, and you can also see that we've ordered Billy on top of Alex because Billy, let's go back to our here, Billy is has a higher timestamp, meaning it was posted last. So this is essentially how it works, but now we can take all of these values and put them into a structure that looks nice. So we're going to echo. The first thing we're going to do is put each value in a paragraph, and we're going to make each value strong up until the point when we display the message here. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So in here is going to be posted by Alex, email address on the specific date, and then here is going to be the message. So let's go ahead and just append in this entries message, or concatenate on this message. So now what we've got is the message, but we don't actually have any other data. So we've got message, blah blah blah, but we don't have any other data. Let's go ahead and put a line break there. So in here we're going to put the time in, the name, and the email. So I'm going to say posted by, concatenate on entries name, and then in brackets we're going to have entries email, and then we're going to say on, and then we're going to say entries, need to break out of each string and concatenate entries timestamp. Now if you don't understand these concatenations here, basically what we're doing is we're starting the string here with this single quotation mark, we're ending the string with a single quotation mark, we're concatenating on this value, we're then concatenating on another string which is this, then concatenating on. So you just need to look at it really carefully and know that a full stop is concatenating or appending to a string. So now that this has happened, we've done this, we should get the result we want. So let's go back and refresh. Okay, so now we're getting something that looks like what we saw at the start of the tutorial, and we've got posted by Alex at phpacademy.org, posted by Billy at phpacademy.org on, but the only problem now we have is this timestamp. We need to convert the timestamp to a human readable date, because no one looking at that will be able to tell the exact date from it in their mind. They'd have to sort of calculate it and make some calculations, which is obviously not what we want to do to our users. And what we can do is we can do this on the fly as this database value is being read, and we can use the date function. So date, it takes typically two arguments. The first argument is how you want it structured. The second argument is the timestamp, the Unix timestamp. So we've got the Unix timestamp, we've established that. Now we need to structure it. So at the moment you can see that it will literally come up with nothing. In here what we can do is we can say dmy at, and this is nothing to do with the structure, this is just I want an at symbol in there, it's nothing to do with it. And then HIS. What this is going to do is it's going to format the timestamp and give us a day, a month and a year, and then we're going to say at, hours, minutes and seconds. You don't obviously have to include seconds, but I'm going to do it for the sake of the tutorial. So we've taken this timestamp and we've converted it to this structure. Now this can move around. You could put hyphens in there or anything. If you go onto the PHP Academy, PHP.net manual, you'll find information about this. If you just search for the date function, you'll find lots of different ways to format this. For now, I'm going to be using this structure. It's just a structure that I prefer, so you can have a look at that in your own time. So now what we've done is we've converted our timestamp. Let's go ahead and have a look and refresh, and you can see that it's given us an exact time and date from our timestamp, and we have all the information we need. We can then make another post, so we could say Billy at phpacademy.org, actually I don't like it that much. Click post, and that's been made. Let's refresh. We're refreshing the page and it's not refreshing over and over again, and inserting more data as we discussed earlier. Okay, so what we've done here is we've successfully created obviously our database and our table. What we've then done is we've created a form that submits data to our table, as we can see in here, and also then retrieves it at the same time and on the same page. So this is a simple guestbook script. Obviously it can be adapted to your own needs, it can be formatted how you want, and it can simply be included into any design that you already have, just by using the include function in PHP. So that's how to create a guestbook in PHP.